write your names, our handwriting.
Oh, this is not sure this time.
Ladies, if you just put those in front and face them to the camera so they can see.
Say it again. You was blocking stuff. You was playing some good defense, babe. Look at this. Look at this.
All right, ladies, congratulations. You guys are advancing to the state championship next week. Want to congratulate you on a great year so far. I know that the biggest goal is right in front of you. Coach, if you don't mind starting us off with your thoughts on the game and the year so far, and then we'll take questions.
So this year, you know, coming into this new region, the 3A East, you know, previously in the 2A, you know, we had a really good, pick up the microphone? Which one? Oh, it ain't. We had a really good run last year. We lost it right there in the third round against a team that ended up winning the state championship. So we knew this year that, you know, we wanted to come in and redeem ourselves and you know, and pick up where we left off. So, you know, we had a couple of good girls come in and transfer to help us pick up where we left off. And then, you know, ever since June, we've been talking about this goal here, and that's making it to a championship game. You know, every single day in practice, I tell them and I ask them, you know, what is our goal? And then I let them know that we're going to get a ring by any means necessary. So they bought in very, very early. They put in the work, countless hours, understanding, you know, the condition they had to be in, you know, the mindset to be team players, and to ultimately, you know, buy into the team goal, and that's to get to a championship game.
Question?
For the players, you talked about a ring by any means. What has it taken to get to this point and to be playing for a state championship game next week?
Work, hard work, long practices, you know, sticking together even through hard times. It just took work. We all believed in each other, and, you know, we believed in ourselves as a team, so that's all it took.
Yeah, it took getting yelled at by our coach the whole practice just to get here.
I mean, especially I'm thankful for our coach because she knew what we're capable of and she pushed us to our full potential, and now we're here where we said we were going to be.
Coach, you took a team that had 2 turnovers last game against a team that had 20 wins, and you forced them to 17 turnovers. What does that say about your defense?
So, you know, defense, that's one thing that we take pride in is our defense. You know, we have some of the best, the quickest defensive guards in the state, between Alissa, number 23, Nair, number 5, Mari, number 0, 00. And that's just what we do. You know, I mentioned before that we condition, and we condition to play full court, man-to-man for 32 minutes. You know, non-stop, in your face, grit. We're gonna play, you know, we got picked up a lot of fouls today, but typically, you know, we're hands off, we're just moving our feet, we beat you to the spot, and then, you know, and if teams can't handle it, then, you know, ultimately, you know, they're gonna turn the ball over.
Coach, you had 32 of your points were in the paint. Mm-hmm. You have 2 of your post players sitting here. Can you talk about that advantage you had on Northwood and kind of beating the ball inside to kind of get out to an early lead?
So, you know, being able to have, 5'11", with good size from Aziyah Boyer, and then, you know, being able to have the quickness and the height, 6 foot from Kennedy Barbour, you know, that's just kind of hard to stop. I know Northwood had the 2 young ladies, the 2 twins, and you know, we knew coming in that they were going to be a force to be reckoned with. So our goal was to kind of attack them, be kind of aggressive with them, you know, see if we can get them in a little bit of foul trouble. And when we started going inside and we realized that that's where we could score it, then we just kind of continue to pound it. You know, Aziyah typically, you know, does her thing like she did tonight. And then, you know, it was phenomenal for Kennedy. You know, she's a freshman this year. You know, she plays 10 to somewhere around 22 minutes a game, and then for her to come in tonight and just get us on an awesome lead, you know, it just you know, speaks volumes about her character and how much she's grown over the season.
Coach, can you? Go ahead.
No, Coach, you know, when you took over this program, you know, you just lost your 2 best players, won 7 games your first year. What is it now like to be sitting here at the chance of a state championship game 4 years later?
Man, it's, the cliche is that, championships aren't won during the season, they're won in the summer, in the off season. So that's one of the things that coming in, that's what it was about, changing the culture. You went from I inherited what I had, like they say, you gotta play the hand that you're dealt. I changed the culture. We bought into summer workouts. We bought into being in the gym consistently. We got into some summer leagues. So therefore, not only are we training, but we're playing. This year we played in a summer league and in a fall league. So that chemistry going into our first game and in the beginning of the season, it was kind of already there. So to just kind of get in and teach some skills and the things that we knew that we can get from our girls and the things that we knew that the girls can do, that just, and then when they just kind of bought into it and they showed up, that's the thing, you can yell and you can fuss at them and sometimes you run them off, but when they continue to show up every day, they're not just bought into the program, but they're bought into who you are as a coach. So, to be able to just get them to buy in, they did the rest.
Well, any of the players, I think it's the first trip to the state title game since '82. Talk about how big this is for not only your school and your classmates, but the community of Goldsboro.
It's huge. We're really, really excited. It's funny because last year, we were very, very confident in getting to the state championship it would be the 50th year anniversary, and we didn't get to do that. So now the next year, us working even harder than we did last year and getting here, and seeing the ladies that were on the team during the last championship in the 80s and them inspiring us, it means a lot. And to have support from alumni and people coming to watch us, people that graduated from Goldsboro, it means the world to us, and we really appreciate it.
Coach, talk about your halftime message. It came out of halftime, and y'all really won the game in the third quarter, in my opinion. You really stretched it open. So what was the halftime message, or was it just another go get 'em? What was the message to the girls?
So our halftime message was pretty much that, in the first half, we created a lot of turnovers. We committed a lot of unnecessary fouls. So the message at halftime was that, we weren't necessarily playing our best. So we knew that we had more to give. So the message at halftime was to come out and let's play like we know how to play. We had a 6-point lead going into the third quarter. So we knew that that they was going to make some adjustments. We always talk about adjusting to their adjustments. So that's what we did. We came out, we adjusted, we spread the floor. We continue to do what we continue to do. The whistle was a little bit more in our favor in the second half. And so, we were who we were,
Now, Aziyah, your grandmother, of course, played and won the state championship. What does it mean to be able to take her school back to the state championship game, as well as, being able to have a chance to win it?
It means a lot. The fact that my grandmother played for this program, it inspires me a lot. As a matter of fact, I wear her number. So, that legacy, people having confidence in me, knowing I came from the bloodline that I came from, I really appreciate it. It inspires me to do what I do when we play.
And Kimberly, going back to like you just said, at times, you play a lot, sometimes you don't play a lot. What is it like to be able to have this type of game, this type of moment?
It means a lot to me. It motivates me to be a better player. So I understand what she's doing and why she's doing it, because I am a freshman, and of course I still have to learn things. So I'm just grateful that when I got the opportunity to show what I'm capable of, I did it.
And Alissa, you got that first foul there in that first quarter. You were able to kind of play the rest of the game without getting most of your fouls. I saw you and Khadijah kind of had a conversation there. Like, what was kind of some of the things that she told you?
She was just saying, like, just play your game, like, just push left and, like, make sure, like, you're not reaching, like, stuff like that.
Last question. Ladies, congratulations. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Best of luck. And if you want to take your nameplates with you, you're good to go.